welcome back to my Let's Play of Pacific Rim Allies DLC 1942. It's been a while since previous recording, and really there's not been much going on in the series. I'm hoping to try and wrap it up today. Hopefully that works. I've done the math. I should be only about a week away in game time from the victory screen, from holding the Japanese territories for long enough. So with that said, I'm going to try and get things started. I'm trying a couple of new recording techniques, so the audio might be a little messed up in places. Just generally, I've tried to fix it. You see, you have like these long pauses here, which are commonplace. I beforehand Bandicam would just skip over these, which is why audio in previous episodes, especially as you go up in the series, would just start audio would just jump all around. And in this case, it's not happening because I've changed my settings, so it actually records long pauses. So you can see some technical difficulties I've been having trying to finish the series. Now, so Japan just keep throwing fighters at me. These are the kind of battles I've been getting recently. That's why there hasn't been any other recordings, really. That's because nothing really to do. Japan hasn't thrown anything else. No last-ditch attempts to retake any bases, despite the fact they've got thousands of ships and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of aircraft in their base at Tokyo. They're just not sending them out. You know, it's these long pauses that occur about every 4 to 7 hours in game time that have been really killing my mood for recording Pacific Rim Allies. So my apologies with that. I've been kind of messing around with audio settings and Bandicam and whatnot to hopefully try and mitigate how much it causes my game to lag, because recording does just make the whole 9 yards worse. So I'm just trying to get through the campaign, get it done, so I can move on to either a Japanese campaign or a British campaign. Looking at some of the unofficial patches for Pacific Rim Allies. Just generally continuing on with the Pacific Rim Allies. I know a lot of you have subbed to me because of my kind of willingness to do Pacific Rim Allies content, despite how my PC doesn't always handle it all that well. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. That being said, this is kind of going to be an announcement video as I just finished playing up here. Just trying to keep good relations with Germany and Great Britain before the end of the game, so I know that they won't declare war on me before the game ends. Otherwise than that, everything is moving along smoothly. It's discussed in the World of Warships video, if any of you watched it. For those of you who have watched it, it's going to be a repeat, but once Pacific Rim Allies is done, I do think I'm going to jump right into another campaign as either Great Britain or Japan right off the bat. So I will be kind of sitting around looking at other options. So I might reboot my Napoleon Total War Let's Play, which is, oh god, that goes back to, I think, 2013 I tried to do that series. I got like 10 episodes or so out before computer crash, and I just couldn't do it anymore, so I just switched series. That's why I started doing Pacific Rim Allies. A couple options for intermittent series. I will discuss this at the end of the video as well. But primarily, what I'm looking at for another series to go along with Pacific Rim Allies is either Hearts of Iron 4, Civ, which I've tried before, didn't really catch on, or Napoleon again. And I'm also open up to other suggestions. Stellaris is an option, Sins of a Solar Empire is an option. I've got a lot of strategy games, and it's really up to what you guys want to see. There's going to be constant branch-out videos. I will be doing World of Warships, War Thunder, and World of Tanks from now and again. I'm actually going to be considering doing a specialty series for War Thunder using in-game footage, and if any of you have ever watched Air Crash Investigations, or Mayday as it's known in Europe or other places, that's kind of like the style of video I'll be putting out for War Thunder. I'll be taking replays where either myself, one of my squad mates, or a completely random person on the friendly enemy team has really either bad time with a aircraft he lost control, or he couldn't take off from a runway, it was too short, and kind of just make a documentary dramatization of those events, especially if it's a map that it happens a lot on. I wish I'd had the idea when the Bulge map in realistic battles had that little knoll at the end of the runway. And it was infamous. If you were a bomber and you were carrying a heavy bomb load, you could not take off from that runway unless you taxied a couple of 100 feet back, further from the runway where it starts you off at, to take off. That knoll has claimed more lives than I can think of, but it was removed sadly in one of the recent patches. So away went a game idea unless War Thunder enables past replays. But other than those few ideas of videos I will be publishing intermediate, really it's up to you guys what you want to see me do next. I'm kind of hoping to branch off into something different. It's still staying in the strategy game realm, of course, but just doing something a wee bit different because Physical Allies is fun and all, but I've learned from the technical mistakes of this playthrough. I mean, Japan's playthrough will be a little easier because Japan is more of a blitzkrieg campaign, while the U.S. is more of a slug it out with infantry to fire up campaign. At least that's how I always play it. So with a little luck, the Japanese campaign will run a little bit better since I won't have to deal with the technical issues as much. Because the game shouldn't run on until 1945. The British campaign would be the really dodgy one, because the British campaign is, in my opinion, the most difficult campaign to play. But again, fingers crossed this will be the last episode of Pacific Storm Allies for the U.S. campaign. Barring any major battles or technical issues like the game crashing at the worst opportune time, I should be alright. And Japan sends 4 medium bombers to attack Nagasaki, and that didn't work in the slightest. So we're just going to keep moving on. But speaking of viewers and subscribers, I am pleasantly surprised. After a long hiatus, I finally, after all of my personal affairs, I have a break now. I got logged onto YouTube expecting most of you to have left. I've actually pleasantly surprised that a lot of you have stayed. I've picked up more subscribers along the way. As of time of recording, I've got 81. And I've got, I can't remember how many views on episode 1 of the Pacific Storm Allies Let's Play. And I really can't thank you guys enough for the popularity of this series. It took me by complete surprise. I did this game out of just I think I've explained this in one of the episodes in the past, but it's been so long I can't remember. But I basically searched on YouTube for Let's Plays of Pacific Storm Allies, and I never saw a series that got past, like, maybe 1942. I saw episodes, I should say, in English. I know there's a German Let's Play that's available. That I think goes all the way to the end of the campaign. But for English speakers, I noticed a distinct lack of a Let's Play of this game. And it was just one of those things like, well, I wonder. And I started recording episodes, and they started taking off from the bat. I think within a few weeks, Pacific Storm Allies Episode 1 quickly became my most viewed video, and it has just snowballed past that. I think it's got more views than the rest of my videos combined, or at least very closely. So episodes 1, 2, 3, and I believe 4 are pretty popular. I know a lot of the later episodes and the middle episodes where it was just me kind of staying on a strategic map like I am now, kind of just dipped off in popularity. Some of them haven't even punctured above 100 views yet. It's perfectly understandable. It's me sitting there bantering kind of in silence, thinking of what I want to do next. As for opportunities, I've got a little more free time now. I'm typically home around 7 to 10 o'clock Eastern time in the U.S. I tend to habit War Thunder between the hours of 8 and 9 or so. Sometimes later, sometimes sooner. So if any of you have got War Thunder, would be interested in playing with me, by all means, go for it. Shoot me a message. Go look up the 37th Air Force. I always get nervous when the music stops because that's just nerve wracking. It's like, oh dear God, did the game crash? So sorry about that. We should be coming up to the. If I do my math correctly, we should be coming up to the victory screen here in a minute, and it will be deafening. So I'll probably have to start off all commentary at that point. So if my math is correct, I captured the last Japanese provinces I needed to on the 27th of November. Victory screen for the U.S. and 6-Storm allies. The audio level is going to be really interesting with that, so I hope I can fix that. And of course, yeah, exit out to the main menu, and in the background, you're going to hear faintly the victory music for the U.S. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for supporting this series as much as you have. I'm happy to finally have it done and have the video out. So, again, thank you all very much. And as promised earlier, I'm very open to suggestions of what you want to see me do next. I have a couple of ideas, but I really want to hear from you guys. I mean, I've tried to branch out before with some moderate success, but nothing reaching what Pacific Storm Allies turned into. So, your input would be greatly appreciated. This also probably won't be the last you see of this campaign. I'll probably likely put one more video in this playlist here in a couple of days. I'll sit down and take the best and worst moments from this playthrough and put them into a compilation video, just as a looking at my successes and my blunders, just memorialize the series before I move on to, again, either Japan, England, Let's Play of Physics from Allies, or a different game entirely. In a way, kind of speechless. I finally, after 60 some odd episodes, been able to bring this to an end. So I kind of running out of things to say. Oh, I do have one last thing. I mentioned in an earlier episode of Six Storm Allies that I would be contemplating doing a video on aggression, which is the Ballesta Studios and Book Entertainment game about the World War One through World War Two era. I bought the game. I started playing around with it to see its ability to be used as a let's play, and I'm afraid to say it will not be used. I will not be doing a playthrough of aggression unless I can really start mastering it. So that idea has been put on hold. So otherwise, guys, thank you so very much for supporting this series, and I will catch you in the next video I post.